Happy Friday Eve to all. This is Chris. Had time to make a video today. It's my day off. It's a crappy day out. It's raining. So I figured let me jump on the chance and make a video because I don't always get the time. I hope everyone's doing all right. First thing I wanted to say was I really wanted to jump onto that group build that everyone's doing with the Plymouth GTX / Roadrunner. I wanted the GTX kit for years. Probably my favorite muscle car of all time is the 1970 Plymouth GTX. And Paul, the international scale modeler, he's doing it in probably my very favorite color of that car. He's doing it in that dark ivy green. I believe it's F8. The only other color I would do it in, other than that, is a bronze. I have the Roadrunner kit. I don't have the GTX one. The reason I don't want to buy the GTX one is because it's so old. I don't know how well the decals are going to be. I know I can get Keith Marks decals. He doesn't have the hood decal, so I'd have to mask it off, and I guess I could do that. Nothing against it. But then I got to worry about the glass, if the glass is going to have tire marks on it in case I can't find one where everything is kept separately, because you don't know until you open that box up. And it's just, I don't want to ask for headaches. But I have the Roadrunner version of it, and it's still a great model kit just as well. I have the monogram one, and I know that they're making a brand new incarnation of the Roadrunner. I knew that for quite a while. I knew that from April that they're making one, and it should be coming out, I'm guessing, by the end of the year, just in time for the holidays. So I am going to grab that because I do want to build one stock, and then I kind of want to build one kind of like a resto mod. I'm really not a resto mod type of a guy, but I do have an idea in my mind for the Roadrunner, and I'm going to attempt it. So anyway, I've been following a lot of people's builds with the GTX / Roadrunner, and I will definitely be tuning in to that build. Certain people that are building it. I wish I would have known that I was that kit and that model build was coming, because I wouldn't have tackled this kit. To be honest with you, I would have just waited. Now that the end of the year is on its way, after this kit, I'm probably not going to be able. I'm going to be out of commission. But anyway, my Foose truck is done. The buddy build with Arden from 125 Scale Model Drive. It's been done for a while. I know Arden had to button up a couple of things. I haven't heard from him, so I don't know exactly what's going on with him. But out of courtesy and out of the right thing to do, since it's his build, I'm going to allow him to show his build first. But I just wanted to let you guys know, my build has been done for probably almost 6 weeks. And I think you're really going to like the final, because I did some different things to it. Like I said, it's a Foose truck, but it's not going to look like a plain old Foose truck. It's going to have its own little touches, and I hope you guys like it. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is the next kit that I've been working on, and these Foose kits they're wonderful. What I like about them is most of them are newly tooled, so you don't have to deal with, old molds and flash and a lot of the other nonsense, and they go together like a dream. I wish that they would have made more Foose kits than what's out there. So just wanted to let you guys know that I've seen this incarnation built so many different ways, and I'm trying to take it a little bit differently. I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I wanted to just, put my own spin on it. So anyway, I have parts done to it. Just wanted to touch on it. Basically, because I'm from New York City originally, if you couldn't tell with my accent, this thing's going to kind of look like a gangster's car. Something that, the mafia would be driving, I guess you could say. So anyway, I always had this color in my mind for quite some time, and I'll show you what I got. But hope everyone's doing well, and let me show you what I have. All right, so first of all, I wanted to make this thing look like a rag top. If anyone doesn't know what a rag top is, it's that felt material that a lot of the people would use in, the 80s and the 90s. It kind of has like a felt material. They call it a rag top. I'm sure there's different names for it, but anyway, I bought this textured paint from Zero Paints. It comes in black, it comes in red, and it comes in like a charcoal. So I used the textured paint. I don't know how well the camera's going to show up on it, but basically, when you touch it, it actually feels like a felt top because of the texture. And it's really easy to work with. You just puff it on, take your time with it. I didn't prime it or anything. I just went right over the bare plastic, made sure that it was nice and clean. I even did underneath. Because you're just doing light puffs, it dries really quickly. And I always loved the Cadillac look. I think it's the Eldorado from the 50s. I think it's silver with the red interior. And I kind of look at the classic Mercedes Gullwing. That's kind of my inspiration. This is the Mercedes Gullwing Silver. It's 2K, by the way. And I got rid of the ribs on the back. There was also some ribs on the front of the hood, which I didn't want, so I got rid of those. But it's silver. The top is black, and the interior is red. I used the Tamiya dull red, and it kind of gives that. It's not that bright, plasticky leather look. It kind of looks like a dull red, and it really, really works with this car. And I've never seen anyone do this particular incarnation of it, so that's another reason why I'm kind of happy. But anyway, I bare metal foiled the sides of it. I was going to foil the windshield surround, but to be honest, because you got to tuck it on the bottom and fold it and pleat it, and working with the bare metal foil to make it look really neat in folds, it's difficult. So I just said the hell with it. So I masked everything off, and I just used the Mr. Color Super Chrome, and it looks terrific. Came out great. I also did inside the wheel wells with the Mr. Surfacer 1500. I masked it off. So I also did underneath the hood. I masked it off. So the hood and everything fits nice and seamless. No problems. Fits on good. Let me show you guys. So that's kind of what we got there. And again, I'm really pleased with this. And another thing about the bare metal foil, I know a lot of people have been having issues with it. I know last week Don Yost mentioned that someone that he knows tried the bare metal foil and he heated it up with a hairdryer. I actually tried that this morning. I cut the strip that I needed, turned it upside down, made sure it was flat, held on to it with my finger, and I took the hairdryer and I put it on a hot setting, but I put it on very low, and I just went over it maybe for 5 seconds, back and forth slow. Put it on my piece, and then just slowly and methodically laid it, let it down, and then I burnished it and cut it. Let me tell you something. If anyone's having bare metal foil trouble, try what I just said with the hairdryer. Don't burn it on there because you'll have an issue, but 5 seconds on low, but on a hot setting, I had no problems with it at all. So I'm very happy about that. So that's just something I wanted to just share with you guys. Let me show you what else I got. I'll show you everything else here. It's easier. I do everything on foam. I put a wash on the fan, as you can see. The wheels are all outcladded. I drilled a little hole inside there for the valve stem. The air cleaner. I did it red, and I put Tessa's Extreme Lacquer Clear on it. As you can see, it's nice and shiny. And I'm going to put one of the little Top Studio rivets right in the center, because most people don't do that. Underneath the oil pan, I did the same thing. It's the dull red, but I hit it with the Tester's Extreme Lacquer Clear, nice and shiny. Did all the little bolt details with a toothpick. Here's the frame. The frame is black. And I'm putting coil suspension on this as well, even though you're not going to see it. I'm putting coil suspension on it. Here's the interior. I put a little piece of bare metal foil right there. And then once I secured it down, I just took one of my thin Molotow markers and I just went in there so you can see the black for the vents. And then in there, instead of using a Molotow marker, because a lot of people do that, I used my little decal punch. And I took a piece of the Hasegawa, the Super Chrome. I measured the pin that fits in the insert. I popped it out and I put it in there. It's just different than the Molotow, and I just think it looks cool. I also drilled little tiny holes, so I'm going to put little tiny rivets in the top of each seat back for the front and the rear. The bottom of the frame is stainless steel, so it's going to look nice against the black. It's going to pop. The door panels, the speakers, I actually put a wash in the front and the back. And I actually have little tiny speaker trim rings that I'm going to put around the speakers. And I also bare metal foiled the door panel surrounds, as you can see on both. That was fun. Took quite a while, but I got it. And I also put a wash in the seats too to make it look a little weathered. But I mean, it's a really cool looking red. It's a deep red and I like it. And then the engine's just basic. I didn't do anything yet. I wanted to get everything painted and ready to go. And my bumpers are outcladded. I still have some more stuff upstairs, but I just wanted to... Here's my steering wheel. And there's a few other things I'm going to do with it. I got rid of the steering stalk and the gear shifter stalk. Cut those off. I used a metal pin. And I took the little knob that goes on the end of each stalk. Drilled a hole out. Painted those chrome. So that's going to be real metal. Using a pin for the dash gauges, little things like that. On the engine, I have little photo etch emblems that say Cadillac. I'm going to put them on the top of the valve covers because I've never seen anyone do that. I'm going to put an oil breather on top of the factory oil cap, photo etch metal one. I'm going to run, air conditioning lines and radiator lines and all that stuff. And, the typical stuff that I like to do that most people don't do. I also lowered this kit because I've seen the kit built normally. And I don't like a low kit. But this particular kit, when you just build it out of the box, the front sits kind of high. It looks kind of silly. So I just lowered it a little bit. And it'll probably give it more of an aggressive stance. Which is, I'm not a big fan of it, but it looks better lower than higher. I mean, sometimes it's so high, it looks like there's no engine in the front of the car. You ever see sometimes when there's a car sitting and the engine's taken out and how the car just kind of looks like it's sitting high because of the springs? It kind of looks like that. It doesn't look good. This car should look more proportioned. So I lowered the front end. Hopefully in the next week or so, I'm going to start working on everything. But I have all the other components. Everything is all metal tones. But basically, the car is going to be black, silver, and red. And underneath, it's just going to be different metal tones. I'm using a real aluminum drive shaft instead of the kit one because I like that. I found the right size aluminum rod for this particular car. So I just wanted to touch base. I hope everyone's doing well. And let me know what you guys think. And like I said, as soon as Auden shows his final, I'll be more than happy to show my final because I'm really chomping at the bit. So Auden, if you're out there, let me know what's going on. And I'll talk to everybody soon. Be well, everybody. Build on. Bye-bye.